time. I think they were asking for a little more protection for Lionel Messi, Jerry. That appeared to be the message.
Yeah, but it means that Atletico Madrid's tactics are starting to work if they're starting to needle them, and they're going to put pressure on them exactly the same in the second half.
0-0 on the night. 1-1 on aggregate. Barcelona with the away goal, with the slight advantage at the moment. But they had their moments. Atletico Madrid, in fact, the best chance of the first half was that wonderful save from Victor Valdez. It'd be fair to say, Jerry, that both sides are playing to their absolute maximum here. Barcelona, the brilliant attacking best. Atletico living up to their reputation as possibly the best organised team in La Liga. And Diego Simeone squeezes everything out of every player.
Absolutely, and again, it's about taking your chances, you know. And here we go on the break.
Turan allowed to backheel it to Diego Costa. David Villa taking up residence in the 6-yard box just in case Piqué made a mistake. Doesn't happen very often.
David Villa and Diego Costa are a handful up front, the two of them. Good target man. He's going to have a great season, Diego Costa.
Turan. Noisy crowd, considering it's just gone midnight in Spain. That's maybe affected the attendance. Around 75,000 in here tonight. That means there's 25,000 unsold tickets for this game. Jordi Alba and Neymar trying to carve out a left-sided understanding to match Dani Alves and Lionel Messi on the other side of the field. Piqué. Now Xavi. Barcelona historically have the edge in the Spanish Super Cups. They haven't lost in the last 7. They've won 7, they've drawn 1. The only time they lost against Atletico in this competition was back in 1985, when Terry Venables was in charge of Barcelona.
Well, I don't know if you know, Rob, but the last 3 times that it was a draw, the away from home side didn't win it. The home side won it. And there's lots of things pointing towards Barcelona, but this is a different side. This Atletico Madrid side are a force to be reckoned with. They really have shown on the counter-attack, and their work ethic is superb. Barcelona have to play one-touch football if they're going to break them down.
Piqué.
Oops.
Messi almost does the splits. Costa. Poor pass. Retrieves the ball though. David Villa can't keep his footing. Hasn't had a look at the ball tonight due to the excellence of Gerard Piqué. There is Villa. Nicked out of a night air by Dani Alves. The referee keeps the ball flowing as well. Here's Alexis.
Lots of players slipping and sliding. Just wonder where the sprinklers on at half-time.
Diego Simeone acknowledging that Atletico would have to play to their absolute best if they were to stand any chance of beating Barcelona here.
He knows they're favourites, but he piles on the pressure on them because they're the league champions and everybody thinks they're just going to walk it. But it's not been that easy. They've made it really difficult in the first half. The referee not happy with something. What's he giving this for?
I think it's a word in his ear from his assistant. Not quite sure what he gave there.
I think he gave a throw-in. And there's going to be another throw-in.
It's a little lower. Was it before the storm? Alba. Mascherano to Piqué. Looking for some width on the right-hand side. Alves. Little teaser. Casual header from Godin. There's one from actually who went down on his knees
Well,
unaware of what was around him.
He knew Messi was in behind him, and he couldn't really take a chance, could he, and let it go through to him. So he did the right thing for me. Good ball in from Dani Alves. And he hasn't knocked too many good crosses in the first half, but that's an excellent cross.
And Fran uses his strength. He's come on in leaps and bounds the last couple of years. Part of the Spanish national team now. You don't say warming up on a night like tonight. It's still around 80 degrees, but limbering up down on the touchline. Dani Alves to Valdez. Now Mascherano. Simeone was actually welcoming Messi and Neymar and the prospect of them starting together for the first time tonight, saying that he wanted to face the best possible Barcelona. It would make it all the sweeter if his side were to be successful. Fran, exceptional once more.
Great anticipation, Robbie. Knew where the diagonal ball was going. Notice they played an awful lot of diagonal balls since Tata Martino took over. Well, he's fallen. He was already on his way down, wasn't he? Neymar and Gavi saying, I haven't touched him.
I think Gavi, that's a good point. It was...
he slipped.
Yep, the wrong footwear, which was to blame for Neymar losing his balance. Wonderful stadium, great auditorium, but it has to be said the pitch isn't in the best of conditions tonight. It does appear that they've slightly overwatered it. Yeah,
there's lots of players who are slipping and saying they must have watered it heavily at half-time. I didn't really notice, Rob, but too many players are falling over.
Neymar. Well, that time he was fouled.
Well, it's Gavi. Gavi who catches
Gavi just clipping his ankle.
Yeah, that's where he went down.
Courtois asks his defenders to stay out of the 18-yard box. Xavi plays it in there, and Courtois' plan, cunning plan, worked perfectly.
It's another poor cross though, Rob, from a free kick. And you know, set plays, I said it before, are so important. Really need to do better than that. And Xavi, it's been quiet again tonight for me.
It's been a great night for the students of the game. And sit down and work out how Simeone has set his team up, and especially when they were defending there. And that isn't an example of good defending. It was an example of a lunge from Piqué. Rightly receives a yellow card.
Well, he knew what was coming because Felipe Luis was past him and he couldn't afford that. Gerard Piqué took him out knowing that he was going to get a yellow card, but he thought it was worth it. Excellent play from the Brazilian international.
Well, they have been quite clever from their free kicks, Atletico Madrid.
Koke over the ball.
It is, and they have some height advantage in these situations with Godin up there and Miranda as well. Costa as well throwing his weight around. Short period here for Barcelona to concentrate on defence. Diego Costa. Nice layoff. Piqué only half stops it, played back in by Gavi. Atletico finding their feet. That was a foul there. The referee giving Atletico the advantage. Now, can they make the most of that? Turan. Suarez. Header away by Busquets. Miranda. Now Juan Fran. Doesn't have a lot of support. There's a phantom whistle from the crowd there, which stopped Busquets, didn't stop Juan Fran, who continues his run. PK reads it, but they refuse to give up the chase here. Gabi, the captain. Mascherano miscontrols. Arda Turan plays it back. Oh, and another elastic save from Victor Valdez.
Well, Arda Turan's remonstrating with officials. That's another world-class save from Victor Valdez. Maybe not as good as the one in the first half because it was closer, but he was at full stretch to make that save. Fantastic strike. And are they given offside? Is that what they're saying? Tata Martino a little bit perplexed, a bit like myself, trying to find out what that decision was. Well, he's saying someone blew the whistle.
That's what they're complaining about. The whistling that's going on in the crowd. Jerry, I think Tata Martino believed his defenders had stopped them because of the phantom whistler. Problem is there's 70,000 suspects to be interviewed.
Well, there's only 500 Atletico Madrid fans have travelled, Rob. I'll point that out as first.
Yeah, they did. They wanted 800 tickets for the game, but Barcelona only granted officially 500 to the club from the capital. You'd imagine the Barcelona Tourist Board would welcome more visiting supporters. There's small hotel rooms to be sold. Neymar, clattered by Juan Fran, who may be close to a caution.
Well, he leaves his leg there. I think Neymar makes a little bit of a meal of it, but certainly it was a free kick.
Lionel Messi flights it to Neymar. Neymar wants to cross the white line where they have to be careful with their tackles. Last ditch, but perfect clearance once more, this time Koke.
Well, it's great play from Neymar, getting a chance to run at the fullback Juan Fran and got past him and got a good ball in and wins the corner kick. Need a good ball in from Xavi now.
Right across the 6-yard line. Use that as his marker. Alba. Fabregas. Messi coming flying through. Well, the options for Barcelona on the bench as we see that shot again, and a tremendous save. That was a fantastic save from Valdez.
It was dipping, Rob, it was dipping. He was at full stretch. Have a look at the strike here. Was it David Villa again? That's what it looks like. It was David Villa. Wonderful strike. Defender was partially blocking his view, and it should have been a corner kick, and Arda Turan knows it.
Mascherano sold short, Gabi onto it quickly. Now Turan. Gonna shoot, blocked by Mascherano. Turan again. Alba. Mascherano goes chasing the ball.
Well, Mascherano saying you can't kid a kidder, or Gabi says that.
Mascherano fired up. He was the one that was calling for calm at half-time when PK and Messi were chasing the referee.
Well, very animated, Mascherano.
Got in. On the bench, Barcelona do have Talion, Iniesta and Pedro, who are capable of changing the pace and direction of the game.
Getting more on the break here, Diego Costa.
Yep, Mascherano bravely across. It's a very brave man that gets in the way of Diego Costa at full pelt. Gavi to Costa. Suarez. Mascherano again, taking it off his boot.
Unnecessary from Suarez, trying to dribble the ball in that position. Well, I can see in the second half they're having a little bit more possession. Atletico Madrid, they're breaking with more intent. And I wonder what Tata Martino thinks of it all.
You can buy everything, you know, in the Barcelona club shop. Remember, Manchester United used to sell the coats that Sir Alex Ferguson wore on the touchline. I don't think there's going to be a Tata Martino line in clothing, though. Busquets to Messi. Now Xavi. Alba. Great ball. Neymar. Options in the centre. He's just not finding his feet at the Camp Nou.
He's not the only one. There's a lot of them slipping and sliding, and he's done well to win the ball back, Rob.
Xavi. Great sliding tackle to stop him. Neymar on the blind side. And bullied off the ball is Fabregas, but doesn't give it the chase. And both he and Juan Fran come out of that collision pained.
Well, that's a great challenge, wasn't it, from David Villa? Working back, good ball in. You can see Juan Fran trying to play a little game and let the ball run out of play, and the two players are brave to go for it. Cesc there flicks it back, comes off the knee of Juan Fran, and then this is where they catch each other's feet. Both going for the ball, but Courtois was quick to pounce on the loose ball as Diego Costa wins that in the air, and Mascherano sweeps up at the back.
Mascherano, Alba. Atletico playing a higher line in the second half, not allowing Barcelona to attack them. They're certainly making a game of it, a tactical switch. Very noticeable from Simeone. Dani Alves. Messi losing it over his head. Godin, you know he's not going to mess around. Turn. It's a great ball. It's a wonderful little turn from Villa towards Costa. Simeone leads the applause. He's like a demented cheerleader down there.
They're getting more of the ball. They're getting more possession in the final third here, Atletico Madrid. It really is much more open game in this second half.
And the Barcelona defenders are having to do just that. They're having to defend.
Well, there's the man that's keeping a clean sheet. I tell you, he's made two fantastic saves, two world-class saves for me.
Well, he grabbed a lot of headlines at the end of last season when he suggested that he was going to be, for some reason, leaving Barcelona. Talk of him heading to the south of France. But surely there's no better place to play than the Camp Nou. If you're a Catalan keeper, that is. Alexis can't shake off Felipe Luis. Fabregas, flag stays down. Messi's onside. Well, he gets the ball out. Nothing is impossible.
Oh, he's not happy, Messi. Felipe Luis just coming to pat him, and he's not happy. Bit of frustration. You could see that at half-time when he went to the referee, Rob. Fernandez Bobolan. Oh, I think he was off.
Barca are going to make the change. Alexis Sanchez has had little effect. And Pedro, who for the last couple of seasons has been ahead of him in the pecking order, gets a fine reception from the Camp Nou supporters. It has been in the Spanish press today that Paris Saint-Germain have been apparently making overtures and a €40 million bid for the Spanish international.
Sandro Rosell said there was no bid and he's not for sale. But Pedro seems to be finding his form again. He got 2 goals last week against Levante.
Mario Suarez, another one who won a call to the Spanish national team last season. A reflection of his excellent form for Atletico. The 25 minutes remain. 0-0 on the night, 1-1 on aggregate. Barca scoring the vital away goal last week in Madrid. Here is Pedro. Mascherano. Jordi Alba. Little flip on from Fabregas. Piqué. A few murmurs around the Camp Nou from the Barcelona supporters. All put in at great pace. Neymar! Not quite living up to his very big world reputation.
Well, I thought he should have went for goal, Rob. He didn't need to square that ball back. It was a fantastic delivery to the far post. Don't know how he got that amount of space, but just think, go and strike at a goal.
Piqué. It's a gripping game. Really could go either way.
It could. It's really delicately poised, and I agree, Rob, it could go either way. Atletico Madrid's just got as good a chance of scoring as Barcelona as they go searching for a decisive goal.
Fabregas. Looks as though Neymar was offside. Messi giving chase. The arms go up. The flag stays down. The referee keeps cool. There's little spats develop around him. Fabregas. Piqué. Shoot is the cry. It's a shot of sorts.
He's not got to score from that range, Gerard Piqué. Felipe Luis is complaining. He thinks Messi maybe clattered him as he came in and nicked the ball off his toe. Let's have a look. Here's the cross to the far post. Well, Juan France got tucked in too much to the centre halves for me. It's a great ball in from Dani Alves. I just think Neymar should go and strike that at goal with his left foot. And he tries to cut it back. And this is the ball spinning around. Well, Messi's come in just a wee bit late and caught Felipe Luis. He's not happy with the challenge.
Messi's not happy with his own pass. Dani Alves. Xavi. Messi to Fabregas. Jordi Alba has space, puts in a good cross. Panicked clearance from Miranda.
Well, it's good play from Barcelona. Messi, Fabregas, and then Jordi Alba is ever on this left-hand side, pushing on, cutting the ball back and winning a corner kick. Xavi's not had that much influence in the game though, Rob, for me. Normally he's more influential.
Xavi's corner. Courtois came, committed. Powerful punch. You would imagine, Jerry, that if Iniesta is fit, he has to be introduced soon.
I think Pedro was one that they had to make for Alexis, who's not really made any progress down either flank. So Pedro was probably a good shout. Or Tello. Tello has been used as much, and Pedro scoring more goals now. Messi.
Messi. Xavi. Pedro looking for Xavi. Muscled off the ball once more. They don't melt like other teams, Atletico Madrid. They have such substance. Neymar. It's been well catered for by Juan Fran. Thuram goes down. Too theatrically for the referee's liking. Messi leaves two defenders in the night shadows, continues his run, but cannot find the space. Ever the entertainer.
Do you know when he played the 1-2, it was David Villa who was with him, Rob. Have a look. David Villa's with him there. He's marking him. Everybody's working for the team. And they're starting to find little bits of gaps, and just one final decent ball would have put Messi in there. They're getting closer and closer, Barcelona, but at the other end, Atletico Madrid have already tested Victor Valdez on at least 2 occasions, and he had to produce world-class saves to keep them out.
Alves, Xavi, Messi. Well, they can't be disappointed with the amount of possession he's been given, Neymar.
First touch wasn't great there for Dani Alves.
Felipe. He's had an outstanding game on the left side of Atletico's defence. After Turan. Miranda.
It's given away cheaply. Well, here we go. It's Adrian.
It is Adrian Lopez, who hasn't had much of a look in this season. It has been widely expected that he would depart from Atletico Madrid, but there have been no offers, Simeone was saying this week, and he takes the place of the battered Arda Turan. Busquets. Mascherano.
Oh, disappointing. You could see what he was trying to do, but it didn't quite work out for Mascherano. Dani Alves was the intended target, and Cesc was the next one to leave the field.
And the great thing for Tata Martino is he does have world-class options. Takes off Cesc Fabregas and brings on the local hero Sanders Iniesta. Man who's won the Spanish Super Cup on 5 occasions. Stays like this, Barcelona will take the first major of the season. But it's not really in their makeup to claim it with a 0-0 draw at home, is it?
They weren't outstanding in the first leg either. I thought for 70 minutes Atletico Madrid were the better side.
Jordi Alba. Iniesta. Busquets. To Iniesta. Creates space for himself, gives it to Neymar. Alves. Oh, Courtois hung on to that. Was much more difficult than it seemed, because the ball skimmed off this seemingly overwatered surface.
It's 3 or 4 great crosses from Dani Alves. This is another one, Rob, in this second half. He whips it in with a lot of pace, and it dies just in front of Courtois, and it's good goalkeeping as Neymar is looking for any bits and pieces.
Iniesta. Pedro. Dani Alves. Piqué. Poor pass from Gerard Piqué. Free kick.
Well, he's remonstrating, Dani Alves, but he anticipated well. He nicked the ball off Coquet. I just think he knocked it too far in front of him, and he made the most of it. He just lay down because it was going straight through to Godin. Got the free kick though.
Pedro to Xavi into the final 15 minutes. Neymar.
Good tackle.
Referee points to the corner flag. The Atletico defenders point in the opposite direction.
Well, Senor Fernandez Borbalon is saying no, it was blocked, but it rebounded off you last, Miranda. That's what he's saying. Here's Andres Iniesta.
Another corner. Iniesta. Xavi. Courtois doesn't know where to come. Leaves it to his defenders in the end, and it was Suarez who took control. David Villa. Mascherano would have enjoyed that.
Good tackle.
Bet he's wanted to make that challenge in training for a number of years, but has always erred on the side of caution. There was an arm around the chest of Diego Costa from Gerard Piqué.
He should know, and marking a centre forward of that stature, you don't get too tight to him. He's got too tight to him, and Diego Costa's going to turn him, going to roll him. You know, he's wrong side as well. He's actually wrong side.
He knew exactly what he'd done wrong as soon as the ball was played. Half the supporters whistle, the other half sit on their hands. And towards the six, rising high as those. Mascherano. Another free kick. It's Busquets who's down and recovers to scream at the referee that he'd like a greater penalty against Gabi than just a free kick.
Well, he does catch him, and it's not a bad challenge. He's just nicked it ahead of Gabi, Busquets, but too many theatrics for me.
Don't forget our weekend games. Osasuna Villarreal Saturday, the 10 o'clock starts on Sky Sports 4 Sunday. Morning kickoff, Real Madrid against Athletic Bilbao. Sky Sports 3, then we're on Sky Sports 1 at 6:30, Real Sociedad in the Champions League this season against Atletico. And Barca in action at 8 o'clock on Sunday night, Sky Sports 1. Big game at Valencia. If they are to get their hands on the trophy, Barcelona, arguably the man of the match, Jerry's Victor Valdez, one top-class save either half of the game. Iniesta, Messi, Iniesta leaves the ball behind. As does Gabi. Now there's a man down on the far side of the field. The referee stops play as a precaution.
I think Diego Costa was looking to go down. It looks like it's Dani Alves who's gone down, and I don't know what the problem is. Diego Simeone is, why are we stopping the game? We're on the counter-attack. We could have scored. Well, the second and third official are getting involved now and talking to the referee and telling them exactly what happened. Something off the ball, was it? We'll soon find out.
The fourth officials, of course, are top-class referees in their own right. He's had a word in the referee's ear. And on the advice of the fourth official, the red card is shown to Felipe Luis. Our Spanish director now behind the scenes is scrambling around all of the replays to see if he can find some closed-circuit television of what went wrong.
There's a lot of yellow cards coming out as well as a result of the sending off.
Well, Gabby, as the captain, feels that it's within his remit to launch the complaint. It's not going to change the referee's mind.
Well, one of the officials has seen something we haven't. When the ball was out of play or when the ball was at the other end. Is it a body check?
Well, it was a tangle, wasn't it?
There was a tangle.
He's down once. And it did appear that he stuck an arm out that Dani Alves ran into. Do you think they're going to be rooming together when Brazil get together next week, Jerry?
Just taking the two Brazilian fullbacks.
Well, at the moment, he's refusing to walk.
He's asked him to go and speak to the other official, or I don't know. I've never seen them reverse one.
Well, he's checked with the fourth official. He's brought it to his attention. He's checked with the assistant once, who has clearly told him that there was a foul committed. I think the only thing that Felipe Luis was hoping is that he had shown the red card to the wrong man, but it's all been sorted. He heads down the darkened tunnel, and Atletico will play the final 8.5 minutes with a player less.
Well, it is always been a tough task to come and win here at the Nou Camp, but to win with 10 men makes the task even harder now.
Confirmation that Gabby also received a caution.
This is it now. He blocks his run, and there's a little bit of a tussle, but they get up again and get on with it.
Well, that was the first one, and then take a look now. Does he catch him?
I think
intentionally with the arm.
He puts his arm out to stop him going past him. That's what it looks like, but that's not the way the official on the far side saw it.
Messi's free kick. Atletico Madrid have to dig that little bit deeper. They've given their all. We'll see if it really has been the maximum, or indeed do they have a little more left in the tank. Mascherano to Iniesta. He's caught, and they're becoming a little indisciplined now, Atletico Madrid.
He's had a little kick out there, Diego Costa, as Messi comes inside him. That's high, that's high.
And David Villa is withdrawn. And Christian Rodriguez, the Uruguayan international, will come on and bring fresh legs for the final 7 minutes.
He's going to play on the left side, Rob. He's naturally left-footed, and I think he's going to have to cover a little bit for the missing Felipe Luis. But he's got a lot of pace in him.
Well, he has a little less finesse than David Villa.
He certainly does.
But he'll have a lot more energy. And he's a battler, which is what Atletico need. Foul.
Well, Messi slipping.
Drives out of defence. Stretches those long legs. Nicked off him though by Dani Alves, the right back, playing in the centre of midfield, and he is floored. Now Costa. You wouldn't like to meet him in the dark alley, would you?
That's eyeball to eyeball with the referee. Danny's making a meal of this though. It's shoulder to shoulder. He's coming back. Have a look. There it is. Shoulder. Now, why would Dani Alves want to make a... Oh, he stood on him. There's why. Godin stood on his back. That's why.
Well, it's Diego Costa who got booked. I don't think Diego Costa saw what seriously was unsporting from Godin. He meant that, didn't he?
No,
he did.
You wouldn't say a Uruguayan international would do that on a Brazilian, would you?
That was a kidney crusher.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He stood on him deliberately. There's no doubt about that. And he's lucky he hasn't picked up a booking.
Into the final 5. Barcelona will take the Spanish Super Cup by virtue of the away goal if it stays like this.
It's a good indication though, Rob, of how little there is between these two sides now and how much progress Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid have made.
Good tackle by Alves. Barcelona still showing the urgency. Neymar still has a little bit more to prove to the Barcelona fans. Maybe he'll do it now. He has some space, has options. Squares it to Dani Alves. Alves with a good early cross, but Miranda reads it.
Good run.
It's going to be Baptistao who's going to get a stretch of the legs. The young Brazilian who was signed from Rayo Vallecano in the summer. An exciting player. And Barcelona with this possession play may not allow him to come on. They could well keep the ball until the 90-minute mark.
Especially against 10 men, and all the pressure on now Atletico Madrid. Baptistao coming on to maybe win the game for them. He's gone a little bit positive here. Diego Simeone as PK keeps possession well.
They're chasing midnight shadows at the moment, Atletico Madrid. Great ball. Xavi. Taken by Pedro. Pedro takes a tumble and the referee is given a penalty.
Well, my first thoughts were it's not a penalty, Rob. I thought he didn't have control of the ball. I'd like to see it again.
Well, Pedro flew into the penalty area. Full steam ahead. Ball moved away from him. Miranda certainly collided with him, but the argument is, did he have the ball under control, or was it running away from him?
I think he knew exactly what he was doing, Pedro, and he got exactly what he wanted. It's clever play, but I'm not totally convinced it was a penalty kick. Clumsy.
Well, it is the crucial twist in the game. 2 minutes to go. Penalty kick, which if converted will confirm that Barcelona take this particular title. Baptistao does come on. Koke is sacrificed.
Well, it's you know who.
Well, Courtois was the best goalkeeper in Spain last season. Can he live up to that reputation? Lionel Messi. Oh, misses a penalty. The footballing god is human after all. And who knows, is there another dramatic twist when Messi misses a penalty which would have undoubtedly won the cup? Expect the unexpected. Who knows? That will give a little bit of an extra spring to Atletico. We're into the final minute, schedule minute. There should be a generous amount added on because of the red card and the various injuries and the substitutions that we've had.
I think we've got at least 4 or 5 minutes left, Rob. What a twist that could be. Well, I wasn't totally convinced it was a penalty kick anyway, and it was the best goalkeeper in the league against the best goal scorer in the league. And we've got a 0-0 still.
Lionel Messi has a particularly good record against Atletico. 20 goals in 17 matches against them.
Good tackle.
And he has a better ratio against Atletico than any other team.
Well, he sent him the wrong way. Unfortunately for Messi, he's hit the underside of the crossbar. Just leaning back. He's looking the opposite way. Courtois follows the eyes, but he gets lucky. Well, what's happening on the touchline? Who's getting sent off? Yep. Somebody in the dugout.
It's Arda Turan.
Turan.
A very angry Arda Turan. Who will be sent into the changing room, I think, to have a cold shower. So 2 red cards for Atletico, 2 bans looming for Turan and Felipe Luis. It had been a night of superb discipline and organisation from Atletico, but ultimately losing their heads a little. You called it right, Jerry. A minimum of 4 additional minutes.
Well, he gets fired up himself, doesn't he? Diego Simeone, he's got his players fired up. And it doesn't always work in your favour. Certainly when you've got a player on the bench who's played a part in the game and he gets a red card. Oh my goodness, here we go.
Let's hope the cameraman doesn't stay with him. The fool. Already the fans inside the stadium are going to have a rush if they're going to make the last train home, which is at 1 o'clock in the morning. We've got 4 additional minutes, 12 minutes to 1 local time, and the trophy to be presented to Barcelona. Well, we don't want unwanted distractions. Here's Messi. We want some brilliance from Messi or Neymar or one of the Atletico superstars. Here is Messi. Wasted pass, it's Xavi. Alves threads it to Pedro, gives it to Messi, gives it to Pedro, can't give it back to Messi. Godin clears the lines. Still a chance for Atletico, but they have to get possession of the ball.
The offside's been given.
It is, it's offside against the right back, Dani Alves, who's leading the charge. Is the one final flourish from Atletico Madrid here. Down to 10 players on the field. The best that Adrian could have hoped for there, I think, was Baptista getting the ball back into him, or even a corner kick.
Yeah, he's tried to go for goal, Leo Batistao, and off balance, didn't hit the target. And he's just saying, come on, I want one last effort, maybe one last chance for us to win this trophy. For the second time it would be if they did.
He played at the Spanish Super Cup for Atletico when they were the double winners in 95-96 against Barcelona. Christian Rodriguez. Dani Alves goes to ground. There will be one final flourish here. They send Courtois up front. Christian. Can't be too pretty. They've just got to haul the ball into the area and hope for a mistake, but they're not getting that from the calming influence that is Victor Valdez.
Great goalkeeping, isn't it? That's what you want in that situation, a goalkeeper to stamp his authority on it and come out and claim the ball and launch it down the other end.
Well, the 4 minutes the referee promised is now lapsed into a 5th minute of stoppage time. And that's it. The first trophy of the season belongs to Barcelona. It was intrigue right until the end of the game. But Tata Martino has just got the